Hello and welcome to the Good in Motion podcast. Imagine a language class powered by games, movement, and genuine connection. That's exactly what Ingrid Broussillon, our guest today, created. Raised in Guadeloupe and trained as an actress in France, Ingrid moved to Vancouver in 2017, determined to sharpen her English through theater and improv. When she couldn't find a space that mixed performance and language learning, she built her own. Griottes Polyglottes, a community that proves play can shift mindsets and spark social change. So today I will chat with Ingrid on how she's been turning a personal need into a purpose-driven business, and we'll be digging into the wins, the setbacks, and everything that happens in between. Please join me in welcoming Ingrid Broussillon to the show. Yes! Welcome, Ingrid.
Thank you, Juliette. Thank you for having me here. It's an honor for me.
Thank you for waking up early because you are in Vancouver. I am in Toronto, so I really appreciate you starting your day with me today.
Yeah, me too.
So I hope you had your cup of coffee because we're going to dive right in.
I have my glass of water. It's
perfect. Actually, I have mine too. So
yeah,
we cheer to that. I'm just very curious because most businesses start like this. It's like we have a problem and you're like, why is there not a solution for it? And it's exactly what happened with the language learning experience you were looking for in Vancouver. So what happened that you decided to take upon yourself to create and fill that gap?
Yes, I was looking for a place to have fun, practicing my self-confidence in English, but I didn't want to go to a language center or class because I knew the basic and I didn't want to go back to school. I just wanted to have fun. And knowing back in France, I was doing acting on stage as well. And I know that what helped me to improve my self-confidence in myself, because believe it or not, I'm a shy person. I'm introvert. People will say, what? No way. Yes, I am. But when I'm on the stage, I feel like the space is mine and no one will interrupt me playing my character. But otherwise, I have this tendency of being quiet. So based on that experience and what theater can provide, I decided to look for a space to do that. And I couldn't find it. So I just started to gather some people through Meetup. We just create that gathering. They would just come and we would just do some role play, having fun together and play some scenarios. Like you go to the doctor. How are you going to explain to them that you are in pain? Where is your pain? What is the intensity of that pain? How would you get the confidence to ask them about the prescription that they gave you? All of that through role play. For me, it was just like something I really wanted for myself. And I figured out like there must be other immigrants who might need it the same.
I didn't know about this example of being at the doctor and just talking about what you need. I think it's such a concrete scene that most of us will be experiencing someday. So I love that you did that.
Yes. And actually, from that, I build other extensions when you go to the doctor. But also when you have a job interview, how to answer questions. Maybe if you don't know the answer, how to be confident and say that, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know that answer. So through this first bubble of language learning, my business, actually, Griottes Polyglottes now it's an organization, a non-for-profit, but that non-profit has grown and now offers several other services. It's not only language, it's also workshops for public speaking, workshops for, as I was saying, job interview, but also workshop to be able to gain confidence to speak up against bullying, racism, discrimination, like everything. Actually, when I took a step back and I analyzed everything that I do through Griottes Polyglottes, everything is based on confidence to speak up. So we use play, we use role play, theater, playful activities to build that confidence to speak up in several situations.
Yeah, I can see how being more confident with your public speaking skills can go beyond learning a new language.
Totally.
You said a keyword here that I'm really interested in, which is role play. And I'm just curious if sometimes you find yourself taking on another character to be a woman in business, just like maybe to give you that confidence to be a woman in business?
Not really, actually. I'm the same Ingrid, like we are talking right now,
Yeah.
than the Ingrid businesswoman, the Ingrid facilitating a workshop. It just maybe only Ingrid that could be different is the Ingrid that needed to do her taxes, that the one that she doesn't like. So,
Okay.
but
So like you put on a character of like the serious Ingrid who does her taxes and is strict about numbers and stuff like that.
It's just like the Ingrid who has to do her taxes, but she really don't want to do it. She really doesn't want to do it, and but she knows that she has to do it, and her accountant is waiting for her to give her those information, so she has to do it. But otherwise, it's the crazy Ingrid, full of energy, really engaging, really loving what she does, that you will have all the time. Very animated. Otherwise, no character. It's me.
And as you're sharing this, and because I see most of your content creation on LinkedIn, we can recognize your posts very easily because they are like exclamation points and emojis everywhere. So it's a good textual representation of your visual energy.
Yes, exactly. For me, I want people to see me who I am and not trying to pretend that I'm someone else, because you cannot be for everyone. If they see me who I am, they like who I am. Okay. If they don't, okay. They might find someone else that they like better, and good for them. So I don't want to pretend to be someone else and to take a play or wall or something, and when we met, for them to be disappointed. Actually, that remind me, when I was preparing my workshop about public speaking, I was watching a video or reading a book. They were explaining that image. Life, it's like a buffet. You go and you bring something. You bring food, and other people there are waiting to be fed. When you bring your food, you are going to feed specific people. If you do not bring that food, those people will starve. They won't get anything to eat. If you bring a different food, that food will feed other people. You see what I mean? Like if you bring like the fake food, like not the food that you would normally bring, you are going to feed people, but maybe not the right person.
Yeah.
And those who normally would get feed from you, they won't get feed because you didn't bring your authentic self. You didn't bring the food that you usually bring on the table. So I really love that image. For me, I'm who I am. I'm Ingrid, the crazy lady. Love having fun, love making crazy faces when I take pictures. I love to be very animated when I do my workshop, put a lot of energy. I'm going to feed people with that. I might not feed other people with that, and that's okay. They will find someone else who would bring that food that they need on the table to feed them.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. I feel that sometimes I wonder if I should play a role, but more for giving me the confidence I don't have yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some people say that fake it till you make it. If it works for some people, good. For me, it doesn't really work. Yeah, I just go and I just do the thing,
Yeah.
And I like, for example, I would see that if I take my word, facilitating workshop, you would say,
Yes.
okay, fake the confidence until you make it. But for me, when I do my workshops, at the beginning, I put on me saying people that, I'm not the expert. For them to do not expect everything from me. I'm in that room. We are going to facilitate a workshop. I count on all of you to be an expert in what you know, because the knowledge is in the room. I'm here to facilitate, to make the space for us together to discover that knowledge. I'm not the only one who is going to be there. This is what you need to think. This is how you need to do it. No. So for me, I feel like I don't need to fake anything. I'm Ingrid, and it's a matter of believing in what you do and knowing and trusting that everything will go well if you just be yourself and you show the way you are.
I like that. Yeah. Authenticity is going to bring so much than faking may not.
Exactly.
Not, so.
Exactly. But I do not deny that we need several techniques, because maybe some people, they really don't have the confidence and they need the fake it till they make it, and that's okay. So if that works with other people, yeah, good for them. They can totally use it. And sometimes I even talk about that when I do workshops about job interview or public speaking. I share that tool. So those who want to use it, they can use it.
The reason I started this podcast, or at least what I'm doing with the podcast now, is I'm very interested to know in what ways it is possible to have a bit of a work-life balance. I know it's a bit of a myth. So my first question is, how long have you been in business?
When I started, it was in 2018 and I wasn't full-time. So I started those meetup groups, but it was just like a side thing. I just wanted to work on my self-confidence, speaking English. It grows, but we had the pandemic. So during that time, I took the opportunity of the pandemic to go full-time because I got laid off from the catering job, the part-time job that I was doing. And so I said, okay, do I want to go back to that job? Even though the team was great, I feel like, no, I don't want that life. I wanted something else. And actually, the story, it's a little longer than that. It's just before the pandemic, I was doing some workshops in school, French school, and it was about storytelling to help the kids to be confident speaking French in the story. So it was an interactive storytelling. So the kid would be in the story and they would practice, they would play characters. So that would be a way for them to improve their French speaking. One of the teachers, he saw what I was doing and he was like, oh, I love the way you interact with the kids. I love the way they participate, they engage in your activity, and I can see the impact of what you do on them. And I'm sure that if you bring that same structures, that same engagement to deal with other topics like bullying, racism, discrimination, that will have a real impact on them. So that was in 2020 when he told me that. So I decided during the pandemic to take the time, the lockdown, to take the time and to improve my game and to see how I can address those topics through my activities. I would say I started full-time after the pandemic, 2022 full-time, but otherwise it was just like trying, being part-time, refining everything.
Thank you for sharing this timeline, because I think it's interesting for everyone to hear that when we start, sometimes it starts with a side hustle, we work full-time, part-time, and then we take a chance with an opportunity like the pandemic. And opportunity is a big word because it wasn't an opportunity for everyone as a pandemic, but it was a pivot. Anyway, it was good to have this timeline in mind. And the follow-up question I had was, when you started to be full-time in your business, did you have non-negotiables that you were like, this is how I want to be in business? It can be like, I don't want to work on Fridays, or I need to work out every day,
Okay, actually, what really pushed me to go full-time, but I remember one day, one friend told me, oh, apparently they found a cure to the COVID. I was like, what? They found a cure? That means if they found a cure, that we need to go back to that catering job that I was doing. I said, no. So I started to do push-up, like workout, like every morning I would do my push-up, my thing. And yes, I need to build my business so I can go full-time to run my business. So I would say one non-negotiable was to exercise in the morning. So every morning I would exercise. But about not working on the weekend or Fridays. No. I didn't have that. I was working like from Monday till Sunday. I would just put the push-up. I would put dancing as well. I would dance a lot. I would just put the music and just dance, sing out loud, stuff like that. Yeah, I really wanted that to work. I wouldn't see time. For me, like that was really my priority. And I kind of put on pause, not totally like stop, but on like reduce a lot. Meeting with friends, going for a restaurant. I was really, really focused in making that business work. And I remember one day, I was with other roommates at that time, and they would have parties. I would say, no, I cannot. I have to work on my business. So I could hear them having party because I was in the basement. I could hear them having party on top, but I was still working. Actually, that day I went outside and I was like, oh, what's happening? There are leaves on the trees. I
The
felt like
seasons have changed.
exactly. And they made so much fun of me because I was like, something different. What is happening? Just because I spent so much time in my basement just working on my business, just trying to figure it out how to structure my game, my activities and stuff. I didn't get out and I didn't see that we had changed seasons. So yeah.
That's a great example.
Yeah, I didn't really have negotiable about like boundaries, stuff like that. I was just into the business and the only thing I would do is walk out in the morning, put music and dance. That was the only thing.
Did you have an alarm to wake up?
I would just wake up once I wanted it. Yes, I didn't know, no alarm. I would just wake up when I feel my body need to wake up. Yeah.
And now, 5 years later, do you have boundaries or habits or routines that are priorities?
I have to say, just before I say that, it doesn't work all the time.
Yeah, I need to know the
Yes.
reality, please.
Yes, there are some days I like, oh no, I don't want to do that. Or maybe I have a meeting very early and I need to get ready and I don't have time to do what I used to do. So usually what I would do as a routine in the morning before I do anything, I would listen to a motivational video or something, just to put some positive thoughts in my mind.
Who?
So,
do you have an example?
I would listen to, of course, Oprah or, like when you have those compact videos and they put affirmation from diverse entrepreneur, like successful entrepreneur. And I have my go-to list on YouTube. It's called Morning. And I would just go on Morning. I would just click on one. It's just to have those thoughts in my mind and to wake up.
And you sit down and watch them?
No. I'm still in the bed.
Okay.
My eyes are still closed. And I
understand. Yeah,
yes,
I've done that too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's just to be in that state, half sleeping, but half awake.
Yes.
And apparently that state, it's when your brain absorbs a lot of waves. I'm not a scientist. I cannot explain that. But I listen to some videos and they say that. And I'm a little lazy in the morning as well. I'm not a morning person. So that time gives me some kind of more relaxing time in the morning while feeding my brain with positive thoughts. That would be my first thing. And after, very recently, I started to just go outside and to take some sunlight and think about what I'm going to do today. And I'm trying to put at least one main goal for today. That's the beginning in the morning when I go to bed. I just try to clear my thoughts and think about all the good thing or the only one thing that I made today that I'm proud of. And I try to think about that and sleep with that accomplishment in mind. Okay. But no crazy stuff. I do less workout now because yes, I have some health issues, so I cannot do as much as I used to do. But just those few things. Listening to positive thoughts in the morning, go to take some sunlight, and at night think of what I did that was good, positive, like either like one I accomplished or maybe someone that I helped, someone I reached out to. I just think about that before.
Yeah, you practice gratitude.
Yes,
it's a good habit. Well, to keep going with this conversation, I think it's time to start the segment I really like, which is called The Wheel of Life. We have 7 different categories. I will click to spin the wheel, and depending on which category the arrow stops on, I will have a related question that we will both answer. Okay. Our first category is physical body. Okay, I like this question. I asked it before in another interview, but I think it's a really good one. How do you know when your body is asking for rest versus movement?
Oh, okay. So when I was saying before that I have some health issue right now, it's because I spent too much time just sitting in front of my computer and not doing any movement. So right now I have some back pain. So when I start to feel like my lower back is kind of, I need to start to do movement. Okay. That's my indication. I just bought walking pad so I can walk and doing typing at the same time. Yeah. But I try to do not wait for that signal because currently my back pain is really quite high. So it hurt a lot.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay.
But it sounds like a good habit to work on a walking pad. I've never tried. I've seen it everywhere, but you'll tell me how it goes?
Yes.
Okay, if it helps. Awesome.
And for you?
For me?
Yes.
So I'll repeat the question. How do you know when your body is asking for rest versus movement? So I already answered this question, but I don't really remember my answer, so it will be different this time. When I can't focus and I feel like everything takes twice the time to be completed, that means I just really need to sleep. I need to cut my morning routine, sleep, remove the alarm in the morning, because I have a 6 a.m. alarm where I go then to the gym in my building. When I just can't focus and I feel like I'm eating more, I'm drinking more coffee to catch up on my lack of energy, then I just know it's time to sleep, just to sleep. And also it's funny because I remember how little sleep I could run on when I was a student. And now, when I sleep 6 hours instead of 7:30, I'm a zombie. It feels like I didn't sleep at all, but I slept 6 hours. But 6 hours is not enough, for me at least. How much time do you sleep?
Oh my goodness, Juliette, I so relate to that. I discovered that during the pandemic, so that's why I was telling you when I was working on my business and thing, I did not have alarm, so that allowed me to discover I need 7 hours of sleep.
Oh, okay.
And as you said, myself as well, when I was younger, I remember one day, I love video game. It was one day before an exam. I think I spent almost a whole night playing video game just before my exam. Hey, don't publish that so my mom can hear it, okay? Oh, it's okay. She doesn't understand English, so that's okay. Good. But I spent the whole night playing video game, and I was able to go and have my exam, and I managed to succeed my exam. So that's
the most important.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. But now, as you said, if I do that, I need at least 1 week to recover from that sleepless night. Yeah.
We have to adjust our habits as we get older. Okay, I will spin the wheel for another question. One last question.
Okay.
Okay, relationships is our category. What is one relationship in your life you're especially grateful for right now?
Oh, one.
Yes. I'm sorry.
There's not only one. Can I cheat?
Maybe today, especially today.
Yeah, I would say my mom, her strength, the way she educated us, her work ethic. It's what drives me, because when I say, oh, I'm too tired, I remember how much she did, and that pushes me to keep going. And I carry that during my entrepreneurship journey to remind me that before we didn't have so much comfort, we didn't have all those tools at our disposal, but my mom, she was really working really hard, and I want to honor that. I'm grateful for her for having given me this education.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
But there are so many other people. Seriously, Juliette, you ask me that, I have my partner, I have my friend Julia in France, I have my mentors here. There are so many people. That's really hard.
I will cut all of these parts so they will never know. I'm kidding.
You are so mean.
I know it's complicated, but it was a beautiful pause in this conversation, I think, to honor your mom and what she's accomplished.
And for you.
Yeah, to answer this dilemma myself. Actually, my mom helped me a lot in the past few days. But I'm sorry, Mom, I was going to talk about my husband because he's just my one. I feel supported, and I can feel that after almost 6 years of life together. We grew together. We both changed. Yeah, I just feel good. I feel supported. I have room to experiment. I'll be loved unconditionally. So I'm grateful for that. That's it. That was a love cam. And I just put hearts everywhere on this video. So Ingrid, thank you for this conversation today. I feel I have probably 10 times more questions than the ones I already asked you. But there will be more episodes, I hope. And I want to ask for our listeners, where can they learn more about you, your impact, and what you do, your workshops?
Actually, I'm more active on LinkedIn, on Ingrid Broussillon, my personal profile. I also have the profile of my organization, which is Griottes Polyglottes Scty. And I'm also active on the business part as well, because now I have a non-profit and a business now. So the non-profit Griottes Polyglottes Scty and the business part, which is the WOW culture. This one as well, I have my LinkedIn profile. So, but I'm really more active on my personal profile, Ingrid Broussillon on LinkedIn. You can DM me, connect with me.
That sounds perfect. I really enjoy your LinkedIn posts. So everyone, I really recommend you to follow Ingrid on LinkedIn.
Thank you, Juliette.
Have a beautiful day, and I hope we will chat soon.
Yes, I hope you will have a second episode where we can ask all of the other questions.
I'd love to.